Hello and welcome back to another video. Yes, we are back with Scrawlrbox and this time it is an unboxing. We are on box number 128, I think. We'll check when we open the box. Yeah, and so this is at the end of, towards the end of April. We're currently on April the 22nd, so Earth Day. So yeah. At the moment, I am working my way through Scrawler challenges. You won't have seen them all yet. There is one due to go up, one due to be edited, and one due to be filmed. So watch this space for more. So yeah, I've only got one left to do before I do this one. So we're catching up, slowly but surely. But that's not the important thing in this video. The important thing is to find out what we have got this month. So, without further ado, let's get into the box. Obviously, if you don't already know, Scrawlrbox is a monthly subscription box from the UK. You get mystery art supplies and a featured artist, and you'll see a bit more as we open the box. But yeah, I have no idea what's in this box at the moment. Oh, okay. So it looks like we've got some postcards. Cool. And it looks like Winsor & Newton may feature quite heavily. Okay, so my camera decided to turn itself off while I was filming this video, and I did not realise until I came towards the end. So I think we got as far as me taking some bits out of the box, and now I've got a plane going overhead. Brilliant. So hopefully this is not going to overheat again. I'm going to be keeping a quick eye on my camera. I honestly couldn't quite work out where I got to, so we are quickly going to just go through what I've done, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what I think so far. So I think I got as far as looking in the Scrawlzine. I don't think I got all the way through. So we've got all about our supplies in here as usual. The sit down with the featured artist. Obviously Scrawler tips, so it's about swatching and how to do different things like mixing, granulation, layering, adding texture. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. Then we've got obviously deep dive using the Scrawler tips, using all the different Winsor & Newton supplies. Can you tell I'm a bit flustered because I didn't film the video? I apologise, this is not going to be up to the standard I really want it to be. But yeah, this looks like a good exercise. Then you've got how the artist thinks, their advice, and behind their piece of art. The Scrawler Gallery from box 126, which was the Hemi gouache paints. I have filmed this video, I have not edited it yet. It will be up in a couple of weeks. So there's a couple of people I've noticed. So we've got Mel Fallon, Jem at the Colour Cave, Carmel I recognise. I'm sure I recognise Tracy Emerson. I think I recognise Prim Draws as well. But yeah. And then the top three, I don't recognise any of those people. Like I've seen them before. Again, I will always say about joining the Scrawler community on Facebook if you can. Don't have to be a subscriber to the box to join that. It's quite a nice little place. Then more about Winsor & Newton as the Scrawler extra, and a bit about this art mail thing that is a competition. So it's about using these postcards and then kind of sending them in to be part of a competition and a part of an exhibition, which is quite nice. And our Scrawler challenge is Destination Unknown. Okay, so Scrawler supplies. We've got these little postcards from Winsor & Newton. They're cold press, 300 GSM, and we've got 15 of them in here. It tells us a bit more about this art mail challenge. It looks really good, actually. And then I really liked this little picture that they've got in the art mail box of the Winsor & Newton factory. That was 1844 to 1938. And a bit more about things that are going on. And then we've got our little postcards. So I took out one of the postcards to do some swatching of the different colours. I also got in a real mess with the raw umber, which did not look good, but I could have told you I didn't have to say that. And then did some swatching out of the 5 different colours. So we've got our raw umber, the smalt blue, the viridian hue, terre verte, and quinacridone violet. And I really like them. I like the feel of them already. And it's a tiny amount of paint and a lot of pigment, high pigment quality, which, I mean, they're professional watercolours, so you would hope that would be the way it would be. And Winsor & Newton are a good brand anyway. I also tried out the fine liner. I think it has to be really dry before you put water over the top. It does say that it is water resistant, so hopefully that will help. And as I did say, when I get to do the Scrawler challenge, I'll have a proper palette to use. I just put a little bit on the page and just use that. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice, and it fine liner goes over the paint once it's dry really nicely as well. And brush, I didn't even mention this in my first time of talking about it, but yeah, it's a nice little brush. I mean, Winsor & Newton stuff is good quality, and I will keep saying that. It's the first kind of paints I owned as a teenager, really. It was a little Winsor & Newton palette thing you built up from a magazine series. But yeah, absolutely quite intrigued by the supplies and looking forward to doing the Scrawler challenge. But yeah, I can't think of anything else to kind of say now. I'm just really sorry that the videos ended up like this, because my camera decided to overheat on my phone. My phone needs changing, and hopefully